We're going to create some quick scenes here, and the first thing I want to mention, we're going to add in one more cabinet here. So here it is, and notice that we've given it a number 4. All the cabinets must be numbered for scenes to work properly, and they must be unique. So everything else is good here. We're going to just drop this last cabinet in, and there we go. We've got 4 cabinets. Now the first thing I would do is I would just make a scene for everything. Now notice also that I've turned off the axis at this moment. I don't want them in the scenes. You can always turn them on later, but this is the easiest way to handle this. So here's the first scene, and we're just going to create one, and we're going to call it everything. So we'll have to rename it here, everything. Okay, now and the reason I did it, I just put down a partial floor. You could have walls, you could have everything else. Everything essentially that's visible could be in your scene called everything. So at that point, what you want to do is you want to turn off or make or hide items that you don't want in your CabMaker scenes. So the first one that we're going to be looking at, we'll do a perspective and a plan. Now the perspective is going to be done regardless, but the plan only gets done for cabinets that are numbered. Okay, so here we go, perspective and plan, calling it perspective. Now I'm going to move everything to the right. Here's your perspective, here's your plan, and here's your everything. Okay, the next bit, and this is why we want perspective to be the leftmost, is because we're always going to go back to that before we do other scene work. So the next thing to do is pick the cabinets that you want in the front elevation. In this case I want them all, so I'll pick them all, and I'll pick the front elevation and go OK. And now we have a front elevation, a plan, and a perspective. The next thing you want to do is you want to pick the cabinets that you want to show up as individual cabinets in their own scenes. And they're numbered, and the reason we number them is because if you have a big kitchen, these names would just extend right off the sheet, making it very difficult. So here we go. So the next thing what you do is you're going to choose cabinets and go yes. And again, that means you have to have them selected. Okay. And you can see now that we've created cabinet 1, cabinet 2, cabinet 3, cabinet 4. The reason we do this and force you to select them is because some of these cabinets could be on the other walls, and you need to orbit around so that you get the proper perspective for each individual cabinet, so you can do them in groups. Okay, once you've done that, again you need to pick them all and then go ahead and say create images, go yes, okay. The images, this has automatically moved across, and then the perspective finally goes back to the perspective. So we can now check this. So we'll bring up the Explorer. We're in Documents. We're in we create automatically a form, or I'm sorry, a folder called Gary, which in this case the project is called Gary, and here's all of your named images, and there's one with door and one with no door, door, no door, door, no door, and they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Okay, that's about it. If you don't name these unique, you're going to get some unexpected results. So they have to be numbered unique. There's also a way to do the numbering, which is kind of interesting, but it's maybe not the most intuitive in the world. But what you do is you come into here, and then you're going to say, I'm going to do a batch edit and go OK. Now what that's done is that set up an observer. So now I can choose them, and the order that I choose them is the order that they're going to get numbered. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring up the editor again and go OK. And the last number is 0, so we'll start at 1. And we can even put in a note and say that this is for the kitchen. And we can go OK. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we're going to be doing that, now what we need to do is we need to get rid of 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pick 1, 2, 3, and 4, and go ahead and create cabinets. They've been numbered, and you can watch again as we do the images. You're going to see these become the current. So again, I'll pick the cabinets, come back in here, create images, yes. And when I go OK, you can notice the top left hand corner, the images have been created. Thank you very much for watching.